Good morning, students. In the previous class, I stopped at the step for programming the 8051 to receive data serially. We have seen the various steps to program the 8051 to receive data serially. Let's try to write a program to receive the data which has been sent in serial form and send it out to port 0 in parallel form. Also save the data at RAM location 60H. The program is write a program to receive the data which has been sent in serial form. The data is already sent in serial form. We have to receive the data. To receive the data, the program has to be written. It is serial data receiving. The data is received serially. And once the data is received serially, we have to send that data to port 0 in parallel form. We have to store or we have to send the data to port 0 in parallel form. And they are also asking to save the data at RAM location 60H. The data is also to be saved at the RAM location 60H. This is all about the program statement. Now let us write the program for the given statement. This is the program which is asked is all about the assembly programming. Here we have to write assembly language program starting with the storage of value in tmod, move tmod comma hash 20h. That is for timer 1 mode 2. We know that timer mode 2 it is auto reload timer. So to store 20, that is gate c slash t bar m1 m0, gate c slash t bar m1 m0. Okay, upper 4 bits for timer 1, lower 4 bits for timer 0. That is we are storing 0010. Okay, that is 10 is m1 m0 bits, that is mode 2. Upper 4 bits is for timer 1. Move th1 comma hash minus 3. For 9600 baud rate, we are storing the value minus 3. We have solved example in our previous class, and we have come to know that if we want to get a baud rate of 9600, then you have to store minus 3 in th1 register. Then move scon comma hash 50h, that is 0101 and with 4 zeros. The 0101 it is m0 m1, that is sm0 sm1 bits in scon register. 01 it is mode 1, right? That is one start bit, 8 data bits and one stop bit. Then next 0101 is for the, that is sm0 sm1 sm2 and receive enable ren, that is set to 1 for receiving the data. Okay, then start the timer 1 using the instruction is set bit tr1. Clear receive interrupt, because if previous data is received, we have to clear the ri flag. Okay, clear ri is cleared for receiving the data for next round of receiving. Jump if no bit ri comma repeat, then we have to monitor the ri flag. Once all the data bits are received and the stop bit is received, right, the ri flag will become high. We are monitoring the ri flag. Once the ri flag becomes high, then it will come out of the loop. The data received is always stored in the SBUF register first, as I told in the previous class, and then from SBUF register we can store it in any of the registers. So from SBUF I am moving the data into A register. The data which is received serially and stored in SBUF register, I am moving it into A register. Then move P0 comma A. That is move P0 comma A. That is I am moving the value which is in A register into port P0. This will be sent parallelly. Okay, all the data bits will be sent to port P0 at a same time. Then they have also asked to store the same received value in memory location 60h, in RAM memory location 60h. I am using the instruction move 60h comma A. That is move it to RAM location 60h. Okay, then the last instruction is end. So this is the program that is the sent data to be received serially, right? To be received serially, and then whatever data is received serially, that is also stored on port 0 in parallel form, and then we are also storing the same data at RAM location 60h. Okay, hope this program is clear to you all students, right? Then coming to the structure of PCON register. PCON register is not bit addressable, and its memory location is at 87H memory location. Let us study the various bits of PCON register. It is a 8-bit register. Starting with the MSB bit, it is SMOD bit. SMOD bit, it is serial mode bit. This SMOD bit is used to double the baud rate. The use of SMOD bit is to double the baud rate. If SMOD is equal to 0, the baud rate is a normal baud rate. But if SMOD bit is made equal to 1, then the baud rate will become doubled. Then the next bit, 6th bit, 5th bit, and 4th bit are the bits which are reserved for future use. Then the third bit, GF1, is general purpose bit. GF0 is also general purpose bit. Then PD bit, it is power down bit. Okay, that is power down bit is the oscillator will be stopped if we set this bit PD, right? If we make this PD bit equal to 1, then the oscillator will be stopped. Oscillator will be stopped. Then the last bit is the ideal bit. Ideal bit, it is a LSB bit. If we make this ideal bit equal to 1, if we set this ideal bit, then once the ideal bit is made equal to 1, then the processor will stop, okay, or the microcontroller will stop. Okay, these are the various bits of the PCON register, right? These are the various bits of the PCON register and the bit pattern of the PCON register. Okay, starting with the SMOD, right? Then 3 bits which are reserved for future use. Okay, then GF1, GF0, that is general purpose bits. PD power down bit, which is set to 1 to stop the oscillator, and idle bit, that is last LSB bit, which is set to 1 to stop the processor. Okay, in examination, the question may be asked to explain the bit pattern of the PCON register, or explain the bit structure of the PCON register. You have to draw this structure and you have to explain each of the bits. Next, let us take up one more program. Write an 8051C program to transfer the message yes serially at 9600 baud, 8-bit data, 1 stop bit. Do this continuously. We have to write an 8051C program to transfer the message yes, that is serially, right? The message should be sent serially. Transfer means to send the message yes serially at 9600 baud, 8-bit data, 1 stop bit. That means we have to use serial communication mode 1. In serial communication mode 1, there is 1 start bit, 1 stop bit, and 8 data bits. Okay, and we have to program it to get the 9600 baud rate. This has to be repeated continuously. When the word continuously is mentioned in the statement, it means that we have to make use of the loop for repetition purpose. Let us write a C program. See that they have asked a 8051 C program. It's not the assembly program, but we are supposed to write the C program. Starting with the header file, hash include reg51.h, void serial transmission SCRTX of unsigned character. We are sending the character to the function. Okay, so we have to define it as unsigned character. Then main function void main, tmod is equal to 0x20. Tmod is equal to 0x20. Use timer 1 8-bit auto reload. 20, as we have seen in our previous examples, it is for timer 1. Then mode 2, that is 8-bit auto reload mode. th1 is equal to 0xfd. th1 is equal to 0xfd. This is for 9600 baud rate. We have solved an example where we discussed about how to get various baud rate, that is 9600, right? Then that is 19,200. Okay, 19,200 various baud rates, how to obtain them, and to obtain various baud rates, what should be the starting value that should be stored in the timer register. That example we have already discussed in our previous class. And accordingly, th1 is equal to 0xfd to get the 9600 baud rate. Then in the SCON register, we have to store 0x50 for serial communication mode 1 and receive enable, that is 1 start bit, 1 stop bit, and 8 data bits. That is a data frame. Okay, that is called as data frame. Then we have to start the timer using the instruction set bit tr1 in the assembly language, but here we are using tr1 equal to 1 to start the timer in 8051C language. While of 1 to repeat it continuously. Already this timer is started, so serial transmission is about to start. Then we are using a loop serial transmission x of y, that is we are sending the character y from the main function to the sub function. Okay, once this serial transmission function is called, right, and the character y is sent to the sub function, then it will come to here, that is sub function void serial transmission x of unsigned character x. That is the character what we have sent here is y. This will be stored in x. This will be stored in x, and from there now the serial data transmission has already started, right? And first, once the data is transmitted, right, it will be stored in SBUF register first. The data which is to be transmitted is stored in SBUF register, and from SBUF register it is transmitted out of the microcontroller. Okay, then we have to monitor the transmit interrupt flag, TI flag, to check whether all the bits are transmitted, and to check all the, that is the stop bit is transmitted. Once all the bit and stop bit is transmitted, then the TI flag will become high. Then the TI flag will become high. Okay, otherwise it will be in the loop while TI is equal to 0. Once the TI flag becomes high, we have to clear the TI flag, or we have to make it 0 for the next round of operation. Fine, students. This is for when the character y is transmitted. Now next, again it is calling the function again. It will return to the next instruction of the calling instruction. After it returns, then serial transmission x of e. That is the letter e is sent. The letter e is sent here. Okay. When the letter e is sent from the main function to the sub function, it will come here and it will be stored in x. Okay, in the sub function. Then from x it is stored in SBUF register, and from SBUF register it will be transmitted out of the microcontroller in serial fashion, in serial communication. Okay, then once the character e is sent, right, all the characters, that is all the bits of the character e is sent, the ti flag becomes high. Then we have to clear the ti flag for the next round of operation. Similarly, the last character, that is s, will be sent. Okay, like this we are sending the message yes serially at 9600 baud rate, 8-bit data, one stop bit and one start bit. Okay, and this is done continuously. Remember students, here you are sending the message yes. The message may be anything. Note that, right? It may not be only yes. It may be some other messages also, right? Based on the characters, or it may be some character set of characters, or some, or the message, right, which is sent serially. Right? In examination, they may give a different message here. Instead of yes, they may give a different message, and that message is to be sent serially with the given 9600 baud rate, 8-bit data, one stop bit and one start bit. Okay, and it is to be done continuously. So like this, they may change the message that is to be sent serially in examination, and accordingly you have to use the message or the characters in the message whatever is given in the program. Okay, and send those characters serially. Fine. Coming to the next program, it is also a C program. Write an 8051C program to send the two messages, normal speed and high speed, to the serial port. Try to understand the program statement. Write an 8051C program. That means we are supposed to write 8051C program, and we have to send two messages. One message is to send the message normal speed, and another message is to send the message high speed to the serial port. Okay, and they are asking to assume that a switch is connected. A switch is connected to pin P2.0. A switch is connected to pin P2.0 of the microcontroller. We have to monitor the status of the pin P2.0, and then accordingly we have to set the baud rate, or we have to transmit the messages according to the baud rate. Okay, if the switch is 0, the switch is 0, right? That means if P2.0 it is connected to switch, that means if P2.0 is, or if switch is 0, then the baud rate that should be used is 28,800. Okay, if switch equal to 1, then we have to double the baud rate, that is 56k baud rate. The baud rate will be doubled. Okay, note that here it is 28,800 baud rate when switch is equal to 0 or when P2.0 is equal to 0. Then once switch becomes equal to 1, the baud rate is becoming doubled. Okay, 28,800 and it is 56K. Okay, so it is getting doubled, right? Then if it is getting doubled, that means we have to use S mod is equal to 1. We know that if you want to get a doubled baud rate, then the bit S mod should become equal to 1 in the PCON register. Okay, that is the PCON register what we studied here, right? In this PCON register, if you make this S mod bit equal to 1, if you make the S mod bit is equal to 1, that the baud rate will be automatically doubled. Let us write a program starting with the header file hash include reg51.h. Then S bit my switch is equal to P2.0 because the switch is connected to P2.0. It's an input switch. Main function void main. Then we are declaring the variables unsigned character Z, unsigned character Z, unsigned character message 1. The two messages have to be declared or they have to be initialized. Unsigned character message 1 is equal to normal speed. Unsigned character message 2 is equal to high speed. The two messages have to be declared or defined. Then start with the steps to that is send the data serially. Okay, we have seen the steps to send the data serially, right? That is the programming to steps to send the data serially and programming to receive the data serially, or the steps or the programming steps to receive the data serially. Okay, we have seen both, right? Then accordingly to those steps, okay, we have to remember those steps, and according to the steps we have to use those values or the starting values that is stored in tmod, th1, scon and tr1. Okay, so the steps are repeated, same steps are used for all the programs, right? If it is serial data transmission program, the same steps are used, that is tmod register, th1, tscon, tr1, right? The only difference between transmission and reception is that during transmission, right, we are using tmod, th1, scon, tr1 and we are monitoring the ti flag. And during reception, okay, we are using the same registers, that is tmod, th1, scon, tr1, and the only change in the reception is that we are using the ri flag, that is receive interrupt. For transmission it is transmit interrupt, and for reception it is receive interrupt. That is the only difference. Okay, rest of the program remains almost same. Tmod is equal to 0x20, that is use timer 1 8-bit auto reload mode, that is for timer 1 8-bit auto reload mode 2 of the timer 1. th1 is equal to 0xff, that is the baud rate they have mentioned is 28,800. Okay, now we have solved an example where we are getting the baud rate 28,800. Let us go to that example. This is the example that we have solved in our previous class. Here crystal frequency is 11.0592 megahertz. We divided that by 12 to get the machine cycle frequency 921.6 kilohertz. And 921.6 kilohertz, it is divided by the preset value or the set value of the microcontroller UART, that is 32, that will give 28,800 hertz. Okay, now if we want to get various other baud rates, we have to divide this 28,800 by 3 or 12 or 24 depending upon the baud rate that we require. Okay, now here they are mentioning the baud rate as 28,800. That means, okay, that means it is nothing but FFH. Okay, 28,800. Okay, that is nothing but FFH. If it is -3, then what we are doing, we have to decrement by 3. Okay, starting with for one clock pulse for, okay, one count for the, that is for the overflow condition, then one count -1 for ff -1 fe, then fe -1 fd. Okay, so it will be -3. But if the same 28,800 is used, then it will be ffh. Okay, so here we are loading the value ffh into th1 register. th1 is equal to 0xff, 28,800 for the normal speed. Then scon is equal to 0x50, that is serial communication mode 1. Serial communication mode 1, receive enable. one start bit, 8 data bits data frame, and one stop bit. Then start the timer using the instruction tr1 is equal to 1 timer 1. This is timer 1. Okay, timer 1 run control bit tr1, make it equal to 1 to start the timer. If my switch is equal to 0, now we have to monitor the switch position, switch condition, or the switch status. Okay, if my switch is equal to 0, what we have defined it, yes bit my switch is equal to p2.0, right? Because we have the that is switch is connected to p2.0 pin of the microcontroller. We have to monitor this bit or the switch condition or the switch status. If the switch condition is 0, the status of the switch is 0, then the baud rate with which the bits are to be transmitted or the message are to be transmitted, right? Okay, that is 28,800. It is a normal speed, right? If it is 56k baud rate, then it is high speed. Yes or no? 28,800 is a normal speed, and 56k baud rate is double the baud rate, so it is high speed with message that will be sent. For z is equal to 0, z less than 12, z plus plus. Now you may ask me why the z value is less than 12, why it is not some other value. The reason is that if we look into the message normal speed, how many characters it is having. So start from n 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, n is 1, o is 2, r is 3, m is 4, a is 5, l is 6. Then there is space 7. Then s is 8. Then 9, 10, 11. Last one d is 12. So there are totally 12 characters. Correct. If we start from 0, then it will be less than 12, less than 12. Okay, that is why we have taken z less than 12, z plus plus. The message is first stored in the SBUF register before transmitting out of the microcontroller. Then monitor the TI flag. If TI flag is 1, okay, then it will come out of the loop. Make it 0, transmit interrupt, make it 0. TI is equal to 0 for the next round of operation. Okay. Then if the condition is false, that is if the switch is not 0, that means if the switch is 1, that is the else statement we have used. Else pcon is equal to pcon or 0x80. Pcon is equal to pcon or 0x80. That is pcon register. In the pcon register here we have, so we have ORed with 80h. Okay, 80 hex. Suppose say S mod is 0, normal speed it is 0, right? Now when we OR it with 1 here, it is 1,000 and 4 zeros, 80 hex. Okay, so the MSB bit will be 0 first, it is ORed with 1, so 0 or 1 is 1. Okay, we know the truth table of OR gate, right? 0 or 1 is 1, so S mod bit will become 1. Once the S mod bit becomes equal to 1, then the baud rate will be automatically doubled. So instead of getting 28,800 baud rate, we'll get 56k baud rate. Okay, 56k baud rate or 56,000 baud rate. That is why we are ORing it with pcon value with 0x80. Pcon is equal to pcon or 0x80 for high speed of 56k or 56,000. Now how many characters are there in high speed message? If we count the number of characters in the message high speed, right, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 characters. Okay, h start with h, then I, G, small h, space is also one character, S, P, E, E, D. So there are totally 10 characters. Right. Now that's why we are using here z is equal to 0, z less than 10, z plus plus. Then SBUF is equal to message 2 of z. Okay, this is second message, therefore we are using message 2 of z. What will happen here? Here for the previous one, SBUF is equal to message 1 of z. First one is z is equal to 0, right? Z is equal to 0 means the first letter, that is character n, will be stored in SBUF and it will be transmitted, right? Then next z equal to 1, it will increment. Z equal to 1 means the next character, that is O, will be stored in SBUF and it will be transmitted. Okay, once TI becomes equal to 1, it means that the character is transmitted completely. Then we are making the TI equal to 0 for the next round of operation or to transmit the next character. Is it not? So similarly for the second message also, SBUF is equal to message 2 of z. For z is equal to 0, Message 2 of 0 means that is the first character of high speed H, right? First character H, that will be stored in SBUF. That will be stored in SBUF. Then we are monitoring the TI flag, okay, when to check whether the character H has been transmitted completely. Once the character H has been transmitted completely, TI becomes equal to 1. Right? TI becomes equal to 1. Fine. Then we are making TI equal to 0 for transmitting the next character. Okay. Like this, all the characters of the message high speed will be transmitted. Okay. All the 10 characters of the message high speed will be transmitted. For the first message, message 1, all the 12 characters of the normal speed message will be transmitted. And for the second message, right, all the 10 characters of the message high speed will be transmitted. Fine. Like this, we are sending two messages. One message with the normal baud rate, that is 28,800, and second message high speed with the baud rate 56k or 56,000. Okay, 56k baud rate. Fine. So students, in today's class we discussed few programs. First program that we discussed was to receive the data which has been sent in serial form and send it out to port 0 in parallel form. Also save the data at RAM location 60H. This was the first program that we discussed, right? Then we discussed about the bit pattern or bit structure of PCON register. It's not bit addressable. It is not bit addressable register. Okay, 8 bits, the various functions of the bits of PCON register. Then the next program that we discussed was on write an 8051C program to transfer the message YES serially at 9600 baud 8-bit data, one stop bit. Do this continuously. Okay, it is a 8051C program. Note that. Then the last program that we discussed was to write an 8051C program to send two messages. One message is, first message is normal speed, and second message is high speed to the serial port. And we are assuming that switch is connected to pin P2.0. We are monitoring the status of the switch, and depending upon the status of the switch, the baud rate is set to 28,800 if switch status is 0, and if switch status is 1, then the baud rate is set to 56k, or it is doubled from the previous value. And they're also asked to, they have also asked to assume that xtal is equal to, or crystal frequency is equal to 11.0592 megahertz for both the cases. That is, it is for the 8051 microcontroller, is it not? So that's all for today's class, students. I hope everybody have understood. If there are any queries, any questions, or anything not understood, any doubts on the topic that I discussed in this class, please send your doubts to me, send your questions, queries to me. I'll clarify your doubts and your difficulties. Thank you.